So I'm off fishing and I had to pull off to shore for a poop. So I've taken the advice from the show and I'm going to try the moss. So wish me luck. Does that look better than toilet paper to you? Kind of like a wet wipe. Anyway, it works alright. As would a natural solution. I gotta say, I prefer man-made toilet paper. Feels a little bit moist still because, well, it's been raining and got no way of getting little bits off. So just kind of sitting there in my underwear. It's fine. I'll wash my underwear later, I guess. Yeah. A little bit of a slow day, so thought I'd show you some of the fire starting methods that I carry with me. You've seen me use so far only the bow drill, I think, but I also carry with me at all times, even when I'm on the boat, even when I don't think I'll need it, a lighter. I've had this for a long time and there's still quite a bit of fluid left. It's quick and easy to use. I don't have to worry too much about it getting wet, and it stays in my pocket, so if it stays in my pocket, it generally stays pretty dry anyway. I use that most of the time. Pull it out of the pocket, light it. I can start a fire anywhere. So this stays with me all the time. If I'm lost, I can sit down, have a fire, spend the night, whatever. The next things I carry with me are the fire steel. For all intents and purposes, you pretty much get an infinite number of fires from a fire steel. It'll work in all conditions, but it takes a little bit more effort to get a fire going with the fire steel than it does a lighter. Lighter is instant heat. This I need to do a little bit of prep work, find some birch bark or some cedar, shavings or other dry tinder, even some feather sticks, so it takes a little bit more prep. So that's my second go-to as far as favorites, because like I say, it can work in all weather conditions, lasts almost forever. 1,000, 1,500 strikes, something like that, or fires, it's ridiculous. The next thing, I carry some matches in a watertight container. This is the old film canister. When people used to use film, I used to use film. That's how old I am. So yeah, a bunch of matches in there. I also carry a backup set of matches just in cellophane. Not as reliable, but I'd like to get a couple extra ones. And then I've showed this before in an old video. Let's see if I can get this open. But inside there, it's empty. Wait, no it's not. The other side. So that's cotton ball soaked in Vaseline. And that'll get the fire steel going, or the bow drill. So I don't like to use this is more for emergencies only. I won't use it on a daily basis, but if it's raining, thunderstorm, and I really need to get a fire going, I'll use that. The matches I don't use because I save. I just keep those just in case. And then I've been carrying around my bow drill kit. Nice big fat spindle, and then a couple hearth boards, and I'll get one more fire to that one, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's good for between the two, maybe 15, 20 fires, because you can get 2 fires out of each hole, and then a bearing block, and of course the bow. If you wanted a more condensed version to carry with you, you could bring the spindle, the hearth board, and just a piece of rope without having to carry the bow and the bearing block. The bearing block is just, you know, you could use any live material. Same with the bow itself, any live material, nothing special about that, doesn't take a whole lot of prep work. So yeah, my main is the lighter. Secondary, I use this, and then I'm playing around with the bow drill. The bow drill I just find totally, I find the bow drill just totally fascinating. It's really wicked to start a fire with the bow drill. Just so primitive, and you're starting a fire from nothing that's man-made, well, except for the rope. But everything else can be fabricated in the woods. It's good practice just to do a few of those each time I come out. So that's what I carry for fire starting. I guess they were right. Lots of rain. Gonna give me a chance to check out my maps and decide what I'm gonna do. So, whatever. I thought it was the end of it, so I went out fishing. I had sun for about as long as I showed in the video. Now it's raining horizontally, and I can't paddle. I couldn't paddle out of here if I tried. It's there's white caps, so I'm essentially windbound. You know, if I ever tried to get out of here, I couldn't. Well, I could, but it would be like an arm wrestle to get out. So anyway, yeah, can you see it? Rain is going literally horizontally down the lake, pond, whatever. It's insane. So I guess this is gonna last for the rest of the day at least. I hope it clears up by the morning, because I don't want to be doing this again. I'd like to be fishing, at least give it a shot, but not gonna happen today. It's still howling out there. Kind of a waste of a day. Just hibernate in the tent, let it pass. It's September, so it's kind of what you get. Could be a nice day, could be rainy and cold. Today's rainy and cold. Just gotta roll with it. I did things a little bit different today for my dinner. I did eggs, so it's kind of breakfast for dinner. Eggs, and then on the other side here I got rice, and I mixed in raisins and cranberries and some other miscellaneous dried fruit that I had left over. And so it's gonna be like a rice pudding, because I was feeling like something sweet instead of just having the spice again. And then so I made sure that was almost done, but I cooked all the dried vegetable, or the dried fruit, in along with it. And then once all the moisture was gone, then I covered it up, sealed it, and then I made my eggs so they'd be ready at the exact same time. I also cut a bunch of firewood too, so I'm using my downtime. I found today, thought a lot about time today, about the passage of time and how things kind of roll when you're by yourself. But I wasn't so concerned with the fear and the loneliness today. Never really was, just kind of coming here and the little bit of anxiety. And it's different when you camp by yourself. If you've never done it, you have no idea what it's like until you try it. But having a slow day, as always, the battery cuts out as soon as you start your monologue and your ranting. So I was saying, yeah, having a slower day puts things a little bit more in perspective. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like solo camping. I haven't made up my mind yet. I love being out here. And I need to come out here. I've done it before where I've waited so long to try to find somebody to come out with that I haven't gone. And that makes me feel a lot worse than it does when I come out here, even just for a weekend. But I think at the end of the day, I'd like to go back to see my family, of course, or else why would I have a family? So, yeah, but you can't have everything, right? Such is life. You gotta make choices. So we'll see what the future brings, and we'll see how many of these trips I decide to do. I've already got another one in my mind as we speak. I've had a few in my mind for a while that I'd like to do. But yeah, who knows? So the weather hasn't changed much. It's pretty much drizzling. It turned cold, and I noticed a lot of geese flying south, which I guess is not surprising given the weather. So I gotta conserve my battery life. I've got 2 batteries left, so that should be, doable. But I've got to eat my food. It's getting cold. Now it's still drizzling out, but I'm out here the last couple hours of light, or couple minutes I should say, of light. Hoping I can get something to bite. I keep paddling because I'm trolling right now. It's a super gray night, that's for sure. Look at that sky, all cloud. I just heard something in the woods sound like maybe a bird or something. Anyway, I think that's it for today.